Hope you're having a really good week. Sorry that I haven't made any content for you guys lately. I've been doing holiday cover. It's summertime, people are on holiday, so it's been really hectic our end. And we've had a load of extra people coming in on our program, the spinal recovery program, and there's loads of stuff to help them get started, help them get recovering from back pain. So we haven't forgotten about you guys. It's just been completely manic our end. What I want to talk to you guys about today is goal setting. I think I've talked to you guys about it before, but I want to do it again because goal setting is what you do on day one. It's where you decide where you've got to go, because where you're going to go dictates how you're going to get there. All right. Now, in some other videos, I've talked to you about something called the Pareto principle. So if you don't know what that is, pause this video, go back and search in the group Pareto principle. Sorry. It's basically the 80-20 rule. Okay, so you get 80% improvement from 20% of the stuff. Okay, essentially, it's 20% of the technique. So you don't need to be using loads and loads of different stuff to get the majority of your improvement. So the way that ties into your goal setting is if you, because this is the mistake we see people make a lot, right? So we say to people, what do you want to do? What is it that you can't do right now that you want to be doing? That what is it right now that you're the back pain is taken away from you? And if, say for example, somebody says, I want to be able to ride my bike more, okay? And I say, well, what are you doing to help yourself get back there? Say, well, I'm doing some core strength, I'm doing some glute activation, I'm stretching my hamstrings, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing some mobility work, I'm doing yoga, Pilates, breathing exercises. Wow, okay, you're doing a lot of stuff. Are you actually trying to ride a bike? All right, because if you want to get back to riding a bike, then you need to be riding a bike. Okay, it sounds ridiculous, right? But if you want to be really good at baking, what would you do? You'd get in the kitchen and you'd practice baking. If you wanted to be a really good footballer, you'd get out and you'd start playing football. You wouldn't do stuff around that. So you actually have to do the thing you want to be good at. But we need to do it in a graded way, okay? So if you're getting pain when you're cycling after an hour, then maybe you should only be cycling for 30 minutes, all right? If that still causes pain, do a bit less, okay? Try standing on the bike rather than sitting. Go into a different position, go to different intensities. Just ride downhill, just ride in a high gear or low gear. You have to play around with it, okay? Because we're looking for a point where you can start, but it really, when you get started, it needs to be focused in on the actual thing that you want to do, okay? So when people come to us, they're doing huge numbers of different things, and we say, what does he want to do? Well, I want to be able to walk for longer. I want to be able to take my dog for a walk. Okay, let's get you back into dog walking. And we just start with the thing that they want to be able to do, okay? So we don't spend loads of time doing all this other stuff. We just go straight in. This is the thing we want to do. Let's get started with it. Let's do it in a graded way, starting really gently and building our way back up. Okay, now that's not to say that is the only way of doing it. Now, sometimes people can get a little bit of the way, but they can't get all the way back to normal doing it in that way. So that's where we start to bring in other things. But those other things also need to be what we call evidence-based. So they can't be things like, we know that glute activation is a bit of a trendy thing at the moment, and it's not really that evidence-based, i.e. activating your glutes and exercising your glutes is probably not going to have any impact on your back pain for most people. All right, so if you want to get back cycling and you're doing, or walking and you're doing glute activation, it might be helpful, but it probably won't be. You need to isolate the thing about walking that you're struggling with, okay? If sometimes people say, well, I'm doing loads of core strength, okay, because they've been told that they need to have a strong core to protect their spine, and that's important. Well, we actually know that is not evidence-based, okay? Core strength and back pain don't really go hand in hand in almost any way at all. But so if that person is trying to use that as the add-on to get back to walking, it's probably not going to help because it's not an evidence-based way of doing it. Okay, so my advice to you guys is if there's a thing that you want to start, you need to start doing the thing to a really gentle extent, building your way back up very slowly to get into it, okay? And that has to all be in accordance with the goal. If the goal is walking, we've got to start walking, and we've got to do it in some way, okay? Not walking and doing loads of other stuff is not going to help you to get walking again. Okay, it's got to be really, our approach has to be really, really specific. Later on, you can go for a more generalized approach if you want, but in the short term, to get you to doing the activities you want to be doing, you've got to start doing them in some way. Okay, so I hope you guys found that helpful. I hope that's something useful for you guys to get into this week. As I said, I'm sorry we haven't done more content for you guys recently, but it has been absolutely manic. We've had a couple of hundred new members since I last did a video for you guys, and it's really humbling that you all want to be here. We'll try and get around to helping you all as much as we possibly can. If there's anything you guys want to know, any questions at all, drop us a message, let us know, and we'll try and answer that for you in form of a content or a comment. Have a great week. I'll see you guys again soon.